Okay, hi everyone. So this is the next video that I will be uploaded, and the topic in this video is about arithmetic and geometric sequence. So sequence is kind of pattern of a number that's separated by the comma, and I provide you with the three kind of sequences, and some of them will belongs to an arithmetic and geometric sequence. So what is the difference between arithmetic and geometric sequence is about the rule of the pattern. So when the pattern has a common difference or the same difference, it's going to be an arithmetic sequence. But if the pattern has the common ratio or the same ratio, it means that that sequence belong to the geometric sequence. So here is the formula how to find the difference. The difference is the n term minus by n minus 1 term. So for example, the a3 minus by a2, or a7 minus by a6, a10 minus by a9. So when you determine its difference on the pattern, on the sequence, and it is common or the same, it means it's belong to arithmetic sequence. Next, if it has a ratio, how to find the ratio? This is the n term divided by n minus 1 term. And for example, a2 divided by a1, a6 divided by a5, a10 divided by a9. When they have the same ratio, it means its sequence is it's a geometric sequence. Now let's check the first sequence. The first sequence is kind of increases pattern, right? From 2 become 4, become 6, etc. until 8. Now let's check the difference. How to find the difference? So difference from this part will be 4 minus 2. It's equals to 2. And let's check this difference. 6 minus 4 equals to 2. And this one, 8 minus 6 equals to 2. So when they have the same difference, it means this sequence belongs to an arithmetic sequence. Next, we also still have another pattern, another sequence. Let's check first with the difference. Find the difference first. So 5 from this to this is 5 minus 2 equals to 3. This part is 8 minus 5 equals to 3. But this part is 10 minus 8 equals to 2. When they have the different, so it means that this sequence not belongs to an arithmetic sequence. Next, we are going to check the ratio of the sequence. So the first ratio will be 5 divided by 2. This is already in a simple form, so check to the other ratio, which is 8 divided by 5. 8 divided by 5, we cannot simplify it. So and two of this ratio are not different. So are not the same. So it means that this sequence doesn't have a common difference, neither common ratio. So this sequence belongs to neither arithmetic and neither geometric sequence. The last one, let's check the pattern over here. So the first one, you need to determine the sequence. So 10 minus 20 equals to negative 10. And next is 5 minus 10 equals to minus 5. They have from two kind of this difference, we have the difference are different. So it's not belongs to an arithmetic sequence. So next we're going to check the ratio. So start from the a2 divided by a1, it will be 10 over 20. So when we simplify it, divide by 10, she will get 1 over 2. That's the first ratio. Next, we find the second ratio by dividing the A3 with the A2. So 5 divided by 10. 5 divided by 10, and then we simplify it, divide it with 5. So we'll get the 1 over 2. Oh, they have the same ratio so far. Next, we'll check with the third ratio. So here in the question is the fourth term divided by the third term. So it's mean that 5 per 2 divided by 5 per 1. So this one is 5 per 1, right? So I'll change it into multiplication now. So 5 per 2 times by the 1 per 5. Cancel out the 5, we get 1, you get 1, still 1 over 2. So based on our calculation, that's the pattern that we see here has the same ratio, which is 1 over 2. It's mean that this sequence belongs to the geometric sequence. Okay, so I hope you're clear with this explanation about how to find the difference and the ratio and determining the sequence belongs to arithmetic or geometric sequence. Okay, next I give you the other new sequence, and let's determine first what is the sequence belongs to. Okay, so let's start from the difference. Okay, so the first one we need to determine the difference. So 7 A2 minus A1, so you will get 3 as a difference. The next difference will be 10 minus 7, A3 minus A2, that's also equals to 3. And the last difference will be A3 divided by, A4 subtract by A3. So 13 subtract by 10, it also has difference of 3. So since they have since the sequence has the common difference, it means belong to an arithmetic sequence. Now, how then to determine the n-term sequence of arithmetic? Okay, so if we check this, 4 we simulate as a term, first term, so our simulation A is mean that the second term will be A plus by 1 times of the difference, or just say D, 1 times of the difference. So maybe I will write down here. So for the first is A, and the second will be A plus 1 times of the difference for the second term. Okay, and then the third term will be still A plus how many difference that we will get if we start from the first term, the one difference and the second difference. So it means that 2 times the difference. And the A4 we will get as an A plus 1, 2, 3 times the difference. A plus 3 times the difference. So if this is the first term, this is the second term, third term, and the fourth term, so we can determine or generate a formula to find out the n term of a sequence arithmetic, which is become, if it's the n term, then it will be A plus n minus 1 times D. Where do I get n minus 1? Because to see the pattern, if the fourth term, it will be 3 times D, where we can get 3 as the 4 minus 1. And then the A3 will be 2 times D, because 3 minus 1 is 2. Also the same, the second term will be 2 minus 1 equals to 1D. In 1 terms, because it's 1 minus 1 is 0, 0 times is 0, still 1. So if it's n term, it's mean that A plus n minus 1 times the difference. So here is the generalization of our formula to find the n term, or we call it as n, of an arithmetic sequence. So n term of arithmetic sequence equals to the first term plus by the n minus 1 times the difference. So now let's figure it out. What is then the A10 of this sequence? So to find the A10, you need to substitute this question into the formula that we get already. So A10 will be the first term, which is 4 plus n minus 1, which means 10 minus 1 times the difference, and the difference that we calculated before was 3, so times by 3, and then continue by 4 plus 10 minus 1 is 9 times 3. This part, some of the students did the mistake. Make sure you do the multiplication first and then you add with the number in front of it. So 4 plus 9 times 3 is 27, so it will be 31. So 31 will be the A10 of this sequence. Okay, now next, the other question still about how to determine the n term of sequence. The first one, we need to determine first, what is the sequence? Is it arithmetic or geometric? So here is the sequence. Okay, now let's check the difference. So the first difference will be 3 minus 6, A2 minus A1, which is equals to negative 3. And then next is 0 minus 3, A3 minus A2. So it will be negative 3, the same. And the last difference will be negative 3 minus by 0, A4 minus A3. So it will be negative 3 as well. So they have the same common difference. So it means that this sequence belongs to an arithmetic sequence. So we can still use this kind of formula to find the A-N term of the sequence. So the question is find the A10 and also the A51 of this sequence, 10 term and 51 term of this sequence. So let's use this formula to determine the A10 first. So A10 will be the first term, which is 6 plus n is 10. So 10 minus 1 times the difference. The difference over here is negative 3. So next will be 6 plus 10 minus 1 is 9 times by negative 3. Times it first, so 6 plus 9 times negative 3 is negative 27. So the result will be 6 plus negative 27, it's equals to negative 21. So we got the A10 will be, or the 10 term will be negative 21. Now we continue to determine, calculate the A51. Do the same thing. The A is 6 plus n minus 1 is mean 51 minus 1 times by the difference. Difference for this sequence is negative 3. So 6 plus 50 times negative 3. It will be 6 plus negative 150. So the result will be negative 144. Yes, so this is the way how do we calculate to find the sequence of an arithmetic sequence and find the n term of an arithmetic sequence. Then what about the geometric ones? Okay, let me erase it first. Yay! Next, we are going to determine or generate how to find the n term of a geometric sequence. So here is a geometric sequence, but let's check first the ratio. Are the ratios is common ratio, same ratio or not? So let's check the first ratio. A2 divided by A1. So 5 divided by 1 equals to 5. And the next ratio is A3 divided by A2. So 25 divided by 5 equals to 5. So yes, this sequence have the same ratio, or they are common ratio. So it means that this sequence belongs to the geometric sequence. So next, how to generate then the formula of the n term of sequence. So if the first term of the sequence as an A, so the next sequence will be still A times by the ratio only. That's the second term. And next, the third term, it will be still A times by the ratio, but how many ratio? 2 times only, right? So it will be powered by 2. So this will be, the first term is only A, the second terms the ratios become 1, and the third term the ratio become 2.